Hey everybody, welcome to the Cup. Today's May 27th, 2021, Thursday. I'm your guy, Dubby Dubois, and I'll be with you guys. And I welcome you here to our platform, our program. And I miss you guys. I do. Listen, let me tell you the real though. I always get the same jitters when I go to do these. And then when I sit down, I'm like, damn, I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just an ill relationship I have. But, I've always been into broadcasting, and this is my passion. You guys, anyone I went to school with, I've always been in this thing. I've been listening to sports radio since I was like 8-9 years old. It's just my shit. But as we get older, we mature, we evolve, and some things become more important than others to us. Like, for example, me as a youngster, sports, man, that was all it was, man. That's it, man. That was the end all be all. I might not have had good grades all the time. Sometimes I did have good ones, sometimes I didn't. But I knew who was in the league in scoring. I knew who was fourth in the league in scoring. That might not be as accurate as I used to be with the stats and all of that, but I still know what time it is. You could try me. But regardless, with that said, I also want to say on that note that my passion for teams and me not being asleep or being upset about losses and wins, that has gone away with age and maturity. I know some maybe a lot understand, but some don't. Well, it's just a game, man. That's all it is. It's a game. Me. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Yankee fan. Listen, if I watch them in the playoffs, I want them to go as far as possible. But when they get eliminated, I continue to watch other teams. Me growing up, I looked at these athletes and any kid, anything that a kid can admire or look at and look up to as whatever you want to call it, a hero or just whatever kids call it, that the stars they look after on TV. It's not like I didn't have folks like, but these people are larger than life. Whether it was the wrestlers, whether it was actors and actresses I like, whether it's musicians and athletes. On that TV screen, you knew how influential it was. I'm a grown up. Life has been real. Life, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen tragedy. I've seen triumph. Sports, it's just a game, man. I know these people get paid a lot of money, and it gives a lot of people a sense of entitlement on how to treat them or how to look at them, but they're just humans. And once again, it's just a game, We can get into it for 2 hours and and whatever, fight, argue, your boys, but it's just a game, man. It's just a game, for real. And people who know me a long time know how passionate it's E right here. It's Dubby telling you. It's just a game, B. That's all it is, man. And with that said, we're gonna talk about what's been going on, the backstories in the NBA playoffs. Besides, I'm not talking about on the court. We know what time it is. The Clippers are in a scary situation going to Dallas down 0-2. The Knicks and Hawks, they tied things up yesterday. Philly and the Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks are all doing what they're supposed to do. Utah and them boys are tied. The Jazz didn't have Spider for one game. What else we got? And Lakers Suns tied, and the last one was Denver and Portland, and I believe they're tied as well. With that said, we're going to talk about this statement that the NBA released last night and what led up to it. Okay, I'm going to read along with you guys in case you're driving or my screen is shit. Okay? All right, this came out this morning, May 27, 2021. The NBA issued the following statement today. The return of more NBA fans to our arena has brought great excitement and energy to the start of the playoffs. But it is critical that we show respect for players, officials, and our fellow fans. An enhanced fan code of conduct will be vigorously enforced in order to ensure a safe and respectful environment for all involved. The NBA fan code of conduct can be found here. So they have a little link connecting to it. And there's a reason before any of the things that took place yesterday. I believe it was yesterday in a press conference when Kyrie Irving was talking about going back to Boston. He was skeptical about it. And we're going to show you the video before I tell you that. But I just tied all that into, listen, the fans have come back and we get that. They're pumped up and I love it. Like the Garden crazy. But we could have did without the F. Trey Young comments, right? The F. Trey Young chants. We could have did anything else. Look, Trey Young. Why? All right, that's one thing. Then he comes out there and he torches us for it. God bless the kid. He torched us. They took game 1 in the Garden, the Rockets Garden. Disappointed New York fan base, they took it, right? All right. We're going to get to Trey in a minute, but before we do, we're going to go to Philadelphia. After the 76ers trounced Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, and the Wizards, Philly fans felt like they had to shower the great GOAT Russell Westbrook with popcorn. And, of course, Russell, he didn't like it. Here it is.
We encourage that. This is just plain stupidity.
Russ is
Someone some popcorn, and any athlete, being Westbrook or whomever, they are pumped with their adrenaline.
Okay. Russ said, okay. One more time.
All you want,
the popcorn came down, Russ is losing
this
it.
This is just plain stupidity.
Why they want to play my man
Somebody
for? They want to play the boy
for? And
why they want to play with Brody?
Being Westbrook or whomever, they are pumped with their adrenaline.
Right. They pumped up with adrenaline, Russ, until after loss. You leaving the building. You bought popcorn for $12 and you're gonna throw it at Russell Westbrook. Come on, man. So he can't do nothing to you. So you're gonna do it, right? It's real herb shit. It's real corn burger shit, yo. It's like you diss somebody or talk greasy to them or do some slick shit to them that they're not expecting your friend, and then you block them. But you know what I mean? It's just sucker. It's just herb-ish, yo. Y'all know I'm coming. You talk greasy about them, you talk behind their back, and then you say all kinds of things about them. Then when they're ready to come at you about it, you block them. You call their girlfriend up and try to talk to their girlfriend, and then when they find out about it, you block them. Nah, but this is bad too. All that behind the back and internet stuff and throwing stuff from the bleachers because don't do anything to you. It's real whack, and that's what happened in Philly.
All you want,
Now, the Hawks in New York. You guys know who that is? That's 50 Cent. You see 50 behind the mask. He's with his boo. Of course, he got the light skin jank. 50 like that. Watch this right here. Watch this guy. I've played it a couple times. This is the alleged spitting on Trae Young with his back turned by a New York Knicks fan. You see it? I'm going to play it again. Look. Look at it come out. Bam. And then it hit 50 girl. Look, she felt it. One more time. Let's play that again. It hit her. Knicks were up 1 when Derrick Rose went to the bench. They went +9. And what is that? When Derrick Rose went to the bench, they went +9. And what is that? What is that? You that retarded? Yo, man, let me tell you something, man. Anybody from the hood, a brother or sister, we not doing that at the game. We are not gonna do that. You're not gonna catch black people at the game spitting on athletes. I can't talk for everybody, but I'm gonna do it right here. You're not gonna catch, that right there, that's that entitlement right there, man. Sorry, Kyrie. Hold on, Kyrie. That's that entitlement right there. Now, before I start going off, I want to make sure I'm good right here. Yeah, we lit. That's that entitlement right there, yo. Oh, these guys, these guys, I'm going to call them monkeys or ends, but that's how you're looking at it. Like, these guys should be happy they're making this money, playing this game. We're going to go to the game, behave how we want. We're going to treat them how we want because I pay my hard-earned money. I should be able to do what I want at the game. No, you shouldn't. You boo. You want to be a hostile crowd? I'm with that. You want to make it uncomfortable for the road team? I'm with that. But you spit on Trae Young back, B. You spit on the woman, 50 shorty. You spit 50 now. 50 going, you know what I mean? I don't like 50, but that's not what you want, bro. You don't want to spit on his shorty. That look like spit, man. That look like a little, you know what I'm saying? That look like that, man. That's what it looked like. So last night, that's what happened in New York and Philly. 2 cities that are notorious for fan mischief and misbehaving and bad fan behavior. And now we have Kyrie Irving here. That's why I have him on your screen to talk about the King City, the kings and queens of bad behavior, the home of the leprechaun, Boston, Massachusetts. Kyrie, let's go.
In Boston. So, I'm just looking forward to competing with my teammates, and, hopefully we can just keep it strictly basketball. There's no belligerence or any racism going on, subtle racism and people yelling from the crowd. But even if it is, it's part of the nature of the game, and we're just going to focus on what we can control.
Is it something you've experienced in Boston before?
I'm not the only one that could attest to this, but it's just, it won't...
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Right. I mean, it's...
Right? Listen, Kyrie, people think of him as a lightning rod, especially these last 2 or 3 years, especially in Brooklyn, especially the way the Nets treat him with kid gloves, and they give him a lot of freedom, and it bothers a lot of people. Me not being one of them, of course. Because let Kyrie live. If the Nets are cool with it, why the hell should I care? If the Net fans are cool with it, and they are. Net fans love it. They don't give a shit. Hey, Kyrie, do your thing. With that said, people, the comments, you know what? Let's go and see Kyrie with his opinions on Boston, talking about the racist fans and whatnot. Boston has a history of that. You see them chuckling and stuff, and people are like, oh, Kyrie's always start. But listen, you're going to wear it. You bought the jacket, wear it. Right, Boston? You earned that shit. But here's Kendrick Perkins. He had comments about the Celtics, and I'm going to read them to you. Okay, guys? Okay. To be honest, I know that Celtic fans are some of the best fans in the world. I never dealt with any type of racism while I was living in Boston. That's just me, personally. I never dealt with it. I don't know. I also came back as an opponent of the Celtics, and I played there with Oklahoma City Thunder and the Cavaliers, and still never experienced any racism. I was always the guy that was all around the town and everything. Kendrick Perkins, the good old big huggable teddy bear that everyone likes. Down south boy. And that's his experience, He says, that's just me. Personally, I never dealt with it. I don't know. And I could feel that. Because somebody was telling me, somebody asked me, when's the first time or when did someone call me the N-word? Like, a white person just called it as a slur. And I was like, never. Never. It never happened to me. I didn't say there's never been racism in the world. I've never been a victim of it. I don't see it or I don't acknowledge. That never happened to me. So I never judged his experience, and I've heard it. Shit, my mom told me a story. She came home one day and told us in the road rage incident, someone called it that. I wasn't there. So, if I was there, I would have counted that, but I wasn't. So it never happened to me. So I couldn't talk on it. And that's how Kendrick's up answering it. That's cool with me. But this is what I got a problem with Kendrick, his next comments. It's always extra with him, Perkins said. I don't even know why we're surprised by this comment. I don't even know why we're surprised. I just think about it. In New York the other night, the fans were chanting F. Trae Young. That don't mean that they're racist. They're just ruthless, right? They're just cheering on their team. Kendrick bugging, in my opinion. First of all, I didn't agree with the fans chanting F. Trae Young the other night. Okay, I've been watching the Knicks since Kenny Skywalker was there. So anyone say to me, you're not a Knicks fan, and you don't have, if I'm not a Knicks fan, you don't have balls. And or you don't have tits. One or the other. Either whatever fits you. So, but the F. Trae Young, you could have did a lot of other creative things to jeer him. But obviously creativity's gone along with our minds, it seems, nowadays. And that was one thing. And they were hostile. But like I said, I was going to make a video of it. They shouldn't have set up Trae Young. It was cool. It was all right. He took it. And he used it against motivation, so that was cool. I said I wouldn't do it, but like I said, it was cool. But Kyrie's talking about racism in Boston, Mr. Perkins. You didn't receive it because you was a good old go along and 6 foot, 7 foot, 6.6 rebound center that did his part. Kyrie is a superstar with other things than the things other than basketball on his mind, and that infuriates people. We're talking about the city of Boston, and it's not like I'm making this stuff up. Like, oh, these guys, maybe there's people who think black people are tripping or white people. There's white people who know this. People know that Boston's reputation. People in Boston know it. With that said, Kendrick, I don't know what to tell you. Here's Marcus Smart on it. Current Celtic guard Marcus Smart said a piece on the Players Tribune that he's experienced racism as he's been pulled over several times by the police because of his car windows, dark tint, which he made sure was legal, and most notably when he was called the N-word by a fan walking her son across the street after a game. In an instant, just like that, I was made to feel less than human, he wrote. I wasn't a person to this woman. I was a form of entertainment, nothing more. And believe me, it took every ounce of restraint in my body not to curse her out. A few seconds later, I drove off. I just wanted it to be over. That's Marcus Smart after some random lady called him a nigger in Boston. You know? And here's Torrey Hunter a couple years ago, 2020. Okay. The Boston Red Sox have also faced incidents of racism. The team released a statement in June of 2020 acknowledging Torrey Hunter's no trade clause and admitting that they had 7 reports of fans using racial slurs the previous season. In 2017, they issued a lifetime ban to a fan after he issued a slur. I'm here to send a message loud and clear that the behavior, the language, the treatment of others that you've heard about and read about is not acceptable, team president Sam Kenny said at the time. The city of Boston's had this reputation since day one, when sports became a thing in the 40s, 50s, 60s. This happened in 2017, and the Red Sox publicly acknowledged it in 2020 with their statement. So Hunter had a no trade clause, and he wasn't going to go to Boston, and they didn't like that, it seems, and they booed him and they called him all kind of watermelons and niggas. So that's all. And like Marcus Smart said, all I am is just entertainment to you. You don't even see me as nothing but like a bear, like a dancing bear. That's all you are. A lot of times, man, I get it, man. It leads me into this story. Boston, you guys got to do better, because every time it's brought up, you guys get upset or in denial. You got to check it. First thing you got to do is admit it. When you can admit something, nobody can say nothing to you about it. Yeah, man, we was racist as hell. We going to do better. Watch. That shit, little shit like that goes a long way. Even if they don't believe you, at least you can shut them the hell up for a minute and try to so you can buy some time to fix your transgressions, just fix your, but they don't do that. Most of the people publicly, they complain about Kyrie. Kyrie he said he was going to be here in defense of him, or this or that, or this or that. I can go to a million stories. Look how we treated Big Papi, because he was smiling and non-threatening. But once a player's not playing well, or if a player snaps back at you, you guys up there, they're very aware of what can happen to them. Here's Bill Russell's. I believe this is, was this Nichols? Who is this lady, guys? Help me out here. I don't be watching ESPN like that, man. But she's gonna break it down.
Russell first embodied player empowerment just by taking the court in the 50s and 60s. Plenty of fans, and certainly some owners, simply did not want black players in their game. One year, fans broke into Russell's home, spray-painted racist words on the walls of his family living room, smashed up his trophy case, and defecated in his bed. Russell was hurt and angry, but not bullied, nor was he cowed when he and his African-American...
Yo, man. They broke into his home. They wrote graffiti all over his wall, racial epithets all over the walls of his crib, and then they went upstairs and took a shit on his bed. That's what she said.
And defecated in his bed. Russell was hurt.
I would be hurt too, nigga. Let me let her finish, and then let me get myself together.
But not bullied, nor was he cowed when he and his African-American teammates were denied hotel rooms or meals in some cities. Think about that. One of the most basic parts of being a professional athlete is traveling to play. And Russell was told time and time again, you do not belong here. This is not for you. And time again, he said, actually, it is. And I am here. And there is nothing you can do about it.
Rachel.
That is power. Russell.
I'm out of here today, right? Before we leave, the sun is still going to shine, right? No matter what. We hear, we see this, we can smell it, we can breathe it, we can talk it, we can walk it. So the sun is still shining and we have another day. Hopefully, another wake up. 2, be better than the day before. So, listen, man. This life is all about resilience, man. The more resilience they have, the thicker, stronger, the harder you get, and you can do this. But you have to keep your heart, you have to keep your soul, you have to keep your integrity. And that's what Bill Russell did. But I didn't really put that up there as a Martin Luther King moment, to be honest. I put it up there because they shitted on that man bad. And he still came back there and got them championships. That was his hometown team, Boston. So, take what you want from it. These are facts. You can feel how you want, be mad at them. But facts are always better than your feelings. That's what matters at the end of the day. What is the truth? And if the truth hurts, wear it. If you betray your peoples, wear it. If you a snitch, wear it. If you try to call your man's wife, wear it. You call your man's wife to do Grammy shit behind his back, wear it. Bitch ass niggas. All right. I'm going to see you guys later, man. I would tell you like, subscribe, share, but you guys can do that if you want. You guys know where them buttons are at. If you have fun with the video, like it. If you don't, man. But that's all we have, man. I'm going to see you guys later. Standard, cup. It's whatever you want it to be. Later, guys.